What techniques can be used to leverage neuroplasticity for skill development in coaching? Now we know neuroplasticity is important. How can we enhance learning and skill acquisition? And this really does come down to neuroplasticity, but neuroplasticity is, it's not this set and forget thing. It's not this thing that we worry about that happens sometimes. It's constantly happening. It's constantly happening. So we don't want to make neuroplasticity happen because it's already happening. We want to leverage and we want to guide and we want to capitalize on the brain's ability to reorganize and to form new connections. And again, it comes down to understanding those neural mechanisms that underlie skill acquisition so that we can employ specific strategies to optimize and to capitalize on neuroplasticity. And that's going to enhance our learning outcomes. So here's a few different techniques that can be leveraged, that can be used to leverage neuroplasticity for skill development. The first thing is deliberate practice. Now, deliberate practice sounds straightforward. It is straightforward. We have focus and structured training, which is aimed at improving specific skills. Specific. Don't just go in there and talk generally. You want to guide your clients in breaking down complex skills into smaller, manageable components, and you want to design practice activities that target those components, those individual ones, and then put them all together so that we're good at the skill that we need to get. That's deliberate practice. Deliberate practice is focus, it's structured, it's targeted. And throughout this, we want to provide feedback. We want to encourage repetition. Consistency is always key. And what that will do is it will gradually get them better and they will gradually increase their level of proficiency. So we want to gradually increase the difficulty level as well. And because that is going to activate the neural circuits that are associated with skill acquisition and refinement. Let them get a grasp on the basics and then step up the difficulty, step up the difficulty, step up the difficulty. Something else we Now, spaced repetition is a learning technique that involves reviewing information and increasing intervals over time. So you can optimize clients' study or their practice schedules by spacing out sessions and strategically reviewing and reinforcing key concepts. This is the difference between a 5-day boot camp and a 6-week course. We're able to take more time and give more space to those lessons, and what that space does is it allows new neural pathways to form, it increases the connection, and it capitalizes on the brain's ability to strengthen neural connections through repeated exposure and retrieval, and that leads to enhanced retention and long-term learning. But we need to be doing things to facilitate that. We need to be helping people to reflect and to learn and to consolidate those lessons as well. Now, something that helps here is retrieval practice. And retrieval practice involves actively recalling information from memory rather than passively reviewing it. Actively recalling information rather than passively reviewing it. Now, you can incorporate retrieval practice into your sessions by engaging clients in recall exercises. This can just be like, hey, what did I say before? Say it back to me. It could also be quizzes. Quizzes are great to let people know how they're doing. It can be reflective discussions or even reflective exercises as well. So by challenging your clients to retrieve and articulate what they've learned, we're activating neural networks that are associated with memory consolidation, and we're strengthening the connections related to those targeted skills. Now, something else that we can do is multi-sensory learning. Now, this is when we engage multiple sensory modalities during the learning process, and this enhances neuroplasticity. This is where we can encourage our clients to, or we can provide for our clients, different visual or auditory or hands-on elements that is going to give them these different experiences in their learning activities. So we can use diagrams, we can use videos, we can use chapters, we can give hands-on practical exercises, and that gives you a richer learning experience that activates different brain regions, and it facilitates the formation, again, of stronger neural connections in the regions of our brain that are important for what we're learning. Something else is, and we've got a couple more of these, so stick with me, we've got feedback and error correction as well. So timely and constructive feedback is crucial for skill development. It helps us to correct the path, it helps us to stay on course, and it helps us to make those adaptations as we go through. So as a coach, you can provide specific and actionable feedback, not just that wasn't very good, actionable feedback that highlights areas for improvement and offers guidance for refinement as well. And when we address errors and when we offer suggestions for corrections, this is where we're going to help clients engage in targeted neuroplastic changes. We're going to be reinforcing those desired patterns and reducing errors over time as well. And that's really, really important. That's the whole goal of it, right? Now, the last thing that I want to talk about is chunking and contextual interference. Now, chunking involves breaking down a skill into meaningful chunks and practicing those chunks separately before we integrate them into a cohesive whole. So you can assist your clients in identifying key components of a skill, breaking them down and helping them do the chunking so that they can practice those skills individually and they can develop that proficiency as well. Now, you can also introduce contextual interference by interleaving different skills or variations of the same skills during practice sessions. So this technique challenges the brain to adapt and to generalize skills in different contexts, and it promotes robust and flexible learning. One of these that I love is the alphabet, and trying to say the alphabet in reverse. Do you know the alphabet? Yeah, you know the alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. But do you really know it? Can you do it in reverse, or are you just used to the rhythm? Are you just used to the pattern? Do you know what the 13th letter is? We don't, because we're used to doing things in a certain way. So when we when we challenge ourselves, we force our brains to adapt, and we force our brains to consider things in different contexts, and that promotes much more robust and a much more flexible learning experience as well. So what techniques can be used to leverage neuroplasticity for skill development in coaching? There's a ton of them. This is just tip of the iceberg stuff. Deliberate practice, spaced repetition, retrieval practice, multisensory learning, feedback and error connection, and also chunking and contextual interference. I love contextual interference. It's a lot of fun. It trips you up a lot as well, but it's good fun as well. And we want these things to be fun and engaging and interactive. So as you go through this, just remember as well that everybody's neuroplasticity profile is different. So you don't have a one-size-fits-all approach. Tailor your techniques and tailor what you're doing to the specific needs and the learning styles of your clients. And don't just try stuff. There's a lot of evidence-based techniques that leverage the right type of neuroplasticity for the right type of brain regions. So make sure you're getting your information from reputable and credible sources. Are the people that you're learning from educated and experienced and trained? And do they have the right credibility? And the right credibility doesn't mean that they run a course necessarily. The right credibility means that they know this stuff inside and out, that we know the positive things that can happen, but we also know the contraindications. We know when we shouldn't do things. We know the things that we shouldn't do as well. And that is going to help us to promote long-lasting learning and also to empower people to achieve their goals a lot easier. We're making them more capable, so things become easier to do. That's all for now. Bye now.